Once upon a time, actually 3 months ago, Elizabeth and Alexander Walker decided to expand their business in Germany. It was no ordinary business though. Just in the past year, it had given them access to a number of perks low and middle class people could only dream about. A 12-room apartment in London with a wonderful view to the polluted streets, their own brand of cars, and a personal driver named Jeremy. Life was great, with the exception of one little issue: a broken Dorex condom 19 years ago. Even though what happened in that rainy night is something you'd call an accident, the Walker family had great hopes for their son. Now, to make this adventure more personal, we are giving you the unique opportunity to name our main character. So many games out there lack in giving the player choices. But not this game. Oh no. This is the unique adventure after all. Whoa! A truly amazing name. Bob it is. Right, where did we leave off? Ah yes. The Walker family had great hopes for Bob. So Bob had to finish his studies in London. After all, his parents decided he'd make a great doctor someday. Passionate, caring, and responsible were just a small part of the huge list of adjectives his parents used to describe him. This is where our adventure begins. Just as our hero was going home, his drunk and enlightened mind came up with a brilliant idea. Why not visit his ex-girlfriend? Even better, why not do it through the fence? In this very second, all the sorrow in the world was of no comparison of what Bob felt. Still slightly intoxicated, Bob took a quick look around, only to realize that he was in an unfamiliar room. "I've been kidnapped," he thought. His thoughts, however, were interrupted by his need to drink water. At this point, Bob decided to get up by pressing the E key. Bob wondered whether he was still drunk, or if the room had started spinning. Either way, he decided to move forward by pressing W. No. That doesn't seem right. No one could walk that easily with a hangover. Let's see. Due to the nature of all the alcohol he had just consumed, our hero had a very hard time coordinating his limbs. Perhaps pressing T will yield a different result. Look at him go! I'm sure his parents would be so proud in this very moment. Letting you move only forward might be awkward, so I'm throwing a whole set of controls at you. I want to show you how important Bob's needs are, so wait a second. We need an adventurous song for this. Ah, that's more like it. I came up with an idea to ensure you'll take this seriously. If Bob doesn't drink water in the next 2 minutes, he will die. I know. You're probably getting a rush of adrenaline at this moment. But trust me, you have plenty of time. This also happens to be the perfect opportunity for you to take part in my survey. Do you prefer cats or dogs? But they hate you. If you woke up in a stranger's home, what would you do? And yet here you are, looking for water. Last one, I promise. Tell me what your favourite colour is, and I'll let you know what it says about you. part moody, part sophisticated, it's somewhere in the middle. Thank you so much for participating in this important scientific research. Oh, and you should get on with your water mission. The line that separates us from the rest of the animals is very thin. We have something called manners. Bob understands that perfectly well, and he would rather die thirsty than make himself look like a man with no beliefs. This is why Bob refuses to drink straight from the tap. If only he had a cup. So refreshing. Bob could feel a huge sensation of life going down his throat with each sip of water he drank. Now he could finally have a peaceful look around. Every piece of information about his whereabouts would be a blessing. Once Bob feels satisfied with the gathered info, he could leave the apartment. Oh, and you can move with WASD again. Don't need to thank me.
Are you tired of seeing your cat bored and depressed all the time? Do you hate it when it gives you that look? Are you looking for ways to enrich your favorite companion's life? Well, look no further. Put a caterpill in the meal, wait for 10 minutes, and just look at Fluff Puff go. That young, energetic kitten that you used to have a while ago will unleash its predator instincts once again. Is that even a plant? Where am I? Some side effects include blank eyes, inability to understand surroundings, and turning into a dog. Only today, call 1-800-774-356-356 and get 3 Caterpill tablets for the price of 4.
I think that's enough television for today. Hold on. Bob forgot his shoes in the apartment. He should go back and put them on. Comfy. Don't answer. It isn't your phone. Just turn around and walk away.
When will you start listening? I gave you a clear instruction and you still decided to screw it all up. You just don't seem to trust me, do you? What I know for a fact is that if you didn't hear the phone ringing, you wouldn't have picked it up in the first place. I have to discipline you now. I'm sorry. To make sure that won't happen again, I am turning your sound effects off. If you're a good boy, I will turn them back on later.
Was that door even there? Bob thought. Another choice. How quirky. Imagine if you had listened to me. You wouldn't just see the crowd jump up and down in silence. I had a whole set of 15 jokes at my disposal, ready to make your day. What a pity. Wait. Go back and stare at that canvas. I am very delighted to see that you're more willing to cooperate now. We got off on the wrong foot, but this is behind us now. As a sign of gratitude on my side, Bob could hear sounds again. There was a big decision in front of Bob now. In the first scenario, Bob finds a very important object somewhere in this house. This mysterious item is extremely vital for our hero to find his way out of this building. In the second scenario, the region responsible for all the decision-making in Bob's brain malfunctions, making him somehow similar to a monkey. Or in other words, he leaves without finding the important object. Determined to see the outside world once again, Bob has proven us that he's capable of carrying out commands flawlessly. Perhaps Bob was actually destined to join the army. Welcome to the room. It is an amazing 3D first-person narrative-driven adventure trial and error escape game. In this amazing 3D first-person narrative-driven adventure trial and error escape game, you have to find a way out of this room. You can start by looking in the drawer for a key. Perhaps I've put it somewhere else. I meant perhaps someone had put it somewhere else. Alright, this is very important. Now stop whatever you're doing and listen. Above the drawer, there are 2 cupboards. The key unlocks both of them, but it will break after opening one. You know, game logic. Do not question it and glue your ears to my voice. You, Bob, you need to... No, you have to open the left cupboard. It is your only chance of getting out. All right, I'm done with you. Never in my life have I stumbled upon a person as stubborn as you. I'd much rather be having a wonderful cup of tea at the moment, but no. I have to help this hopeless soul named Bob find his way out of this surreal building? No more. I'm out. Unbelievable. They don't pay me enough. Actually, do you know what? You've ruined my day, so I'll ruin yours. Bob was drunk again. Feels better. Let's continue. In front of Bob was the biggest challenge he has faced so far. You should grab something to write on for the next part. I'll wait. Just press E when you're ready. Oh, and just to make sure this goes according to plan, Would you kindly stay still? Good. Ahead lies a very complex system of corridors. In order for Bob to safely traverse through, he has to go left, then twice to the right, once again to the left, then straight forward, and finally to the right. If Bob, for some crazy reason, forgets the instructions, all he has to do is press V. Another huge screw-up for Bob's list. He must be so used to them by now. After all, the whole world hated him. Bob. If it wasn't for my ability to teleport you around, you would have ended up having lots of piercings. I really thought this would be an easy task for you. A set of spot-on instructions that you just had to follow. Such a disaster. Do you know what's the difference between me and you, Bob? I know the truth. And you live a lie. You're so absorbed in your own world that you cannot understand how fragile it is. I am independent. I can conquer the whole world. And look where that thinking got you now. You need to comprehend the situation here. You are going in circles. Perhaps you noticed that? Or perhaps you need me to tell you. See how independent you are? You need me, Bob. You really do. Even if it wasn't me, you always will have a narrator in your life, Bob. Someone to tell you what to do. Someone who will hold greater power than you. You want your decisions to have an impact and to be meaningful. Now bear your consequences. Look at these bare walls, Bob. This is the fruit of your choices. I understand this all needs to sink in your head. It's a lot to process, so I'll give you some time to yourself. I'm sure that a moment from now, you'll start getting a grasp of what's right and what's wrong. Do not worry, though. I will always be right here, at the back of your mind, calmly waiting for that moment to arrive.